5, Bloomfield Hills City Commission meeting. Please rise and say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Less, it's not a large
I'm just thinking it's
number.
like $59 per quarter times.
Some are larger,
Okay.
but they were all year. Some residents like it just to roll to their taxes. They would rather pay it that way. I've seen repeat residents do that. So sometimes it's just one quarter and then sometimes it's for the full year.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Alice? Any other issues? May I hear a motion to approve the consent agenda for May 13th, 2025 as presented?
Move to approve.
Second?
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, say nay. Consent agenda is approved. I'd like to take a minute to introduce our new city attorney, Mark Roberts. We're thrilled to have you part of the team. Thank you very much for your input. And now we'd like to recognize citizens in the audience. We'll open the floor to public comments. If there's anyone in the audience who wishes to address the council, please step forward, state your name and your address for the record, and please limit your remarks to 3 minutes. Thank you. Any of you like to? Okay. Guess we'll move on. The commission will now hear an introduction from Chief King welcoming Public Safety Officer Jeff Slick.
Good evening, Madam Mayor, Commissioners Baxter, Buckley, and Fisher, City Manager Hendrickson, and all city staff. I appreciate the opportunity to be here. It's a great day for the Public Safety Department, and it is my pleasure to introduce our newest member of our Bloomfield Hills Public Safety Department, PSO Jeff Slick.
Great.
A little background on Jeff. Jeff graduated from Dearborn High School in 2004. He spent several years in sales before deciding to pursue a career in public safety. He attended Siena Heights University, graduating with an associate's degree in general studies in 2017. That same year, he achieved his state certifications in firefighter 1, 2, and hazmat operations. Additionally, he obtained his state certificate for law enforcement from both the Oakland Police Academy. This is a rather unique situation for us. As many of you are aware, Jeff previously served with our agency as a public safety officer and a fire inspector from 2017 to 2023. He then transitioned to Berkeley Public Safety for 2 years, where he spent his assignment there in road patrol in the operations section. And then I believe he made an exceptional decision, supported by some loved ones and family members and friends, to rejoin the Bloomfield Hills Public Safety Department, the best public safety department on the face of this earth.
Yes.
While serving with both the Berkeley Public Safety Department and the Bloomfield Hills Public Safety Department, Jeff has been described by his coworkers as an outstanding public safety officer with unquestionable integrity, exceptional work ethic, and a passion for public safety, which brings us here tonight. I can attest throughout this entire hiring process. It started pretty recently. I was impressed with Jeff's constant commitment, not only to the men and women of our department, but the citizens of Bloomfield Hills as a whole. And with him being back here, I believe we are going to be a better agency for it. So earlier this month, Clerk Burton administered Jeff his official oath of office. And tonight, I have the distinct honor to pin his badge. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, Public Safety Officer Jeff Slip.
Yes, I'll say a couple things. First, I just want to thank Chief King, City Manager, and the Commission for giving me a second opportunity. This city is by far the best city in the world as far as I'm concerned, and it's a blessing and honor to be able to serve for the city of Bloomfield Hills, and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming back. I'd like to shake your hand, thank you.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, as Russ. Back.
Thank you for that presentation. The commission will now hear a presentation from MDOT on their Woodward Avenue culvert project.
Mayor, if you would mind, I just want to mention, I asked David Anderson and Jordan Rukowski if I'm going to come in here to explain a meeting Amy and I had recently with MDOT regarding a culvert replacement on the Woodward. And this is just south of Hickory Grove. They'll go through the whole thing, but it's going to be a significant impact on traffic and our city. I just thought it was the right thing for them to come in and really explain it and give the commission an opportunity to ask some specific questions. I had some specific questions, and those questions are answered in the presentation, but you may have more questions. We understand this is going to be a big impact. We believe that the way that they want to do this is the most appropriate way to do it, but the commission may have different feelings about it. Go ahead, Jordan. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
So like he said, I'm Jordan Rakowski. This is David Annison. We work out of the Oakland TSC with MDOT. And we're here about a full culvert replacement under Woodward. So this is the location. This is a zoomed out view of it. It's south of Square Lake, south of Hickory Grove, right in the city. This is more zoomed in. The culvert is right next to that condominium right there. It's the only drive in and out, and it's just north of the Roper schools. Spans the entire length of Woodward. And if you drive there today, you can see that the pavement above the culvert has cracks, which shows that there is structural distress. And underneath it, our recent inspection report showed spalling on the concrete ceiling and the culvert joints. The tap locations are spalling and losing contact with each other, which basically means the culvert is in poor condition and needs a full replacement. So a little bit of facts about this culvert. The 10-year storm flow is 300 cubic feet per second. 50-year storm is 445 cubic feet per second, and 100-year storm is 525 cubic feet per second. When they inspected this culvert, they found that the current size of 11 by 17 feet is too small, and so we are going to be putting in a 20 by 10 foot box culvert in order to contain the amount of flow that goes through it, make sure it doesn't flood. Yes, it's very large.
Can I, it's not 20 feet high.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Underground, yeah.
Wow, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's currently 11 feet high and 17 feet left to right.
Yes.
And it's going to be 20 feet high. Or, excuse me, 20 feet high now.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. They're much deeper than you think they are. And then a couple of restrictions we have in this area is there's fishery restrictions from March 1st all the way to the end of June, which means we are not allowed to touch or move the water for most of our regular construction season, as you see here. And there's also Dream Cruise on Woodward, which is the third weekend of August, which we do not want to impact as well. So a couple of the maintenance of traffic options we went through, one was crossovers, where we would cross over one direction of traffic onto the opposite bound. It would allow for 2 lanes open in one direction and 1 lane open in the opposite direction. That would span all the way from north of Long Lake to north of Square Lake, which means Hickory Grove and Square Lake would both have to be managed with the traffic being held just on one bound, which would be extremely impactful. Because of that, we chose not to choose that option. It would also rip out a lot of the medians and the big trees that are there. We thought it was too impactful, and we didn't like that option. The next one we looked at was partial lane closures. This, again, would be 2 to 3 years of construction with only one lane open in each direction. Because of the amount of traffic impacts, we thought this was also not the best option. Our preferred option that we're going with is a 3.5-month full detour. And while it is a full detour, it would only be 3.5 months, and Woodward would be fully open and restored by Dream Cruise. This is our tentative construction dates. There would be a single to double lane closure from October to November in 2026, and then single to double lane closures for some small sanitary sewer and water main relocations in March to July of 2027. And the bulk of the work would be done from August to December of 2027. And that would be when the full detour would be in effect, just not in the area of the detour. And then we've shown that we know a lot of local traffic will most likely take Long Lake because that is a very long detour. Without the road commission's permission, we can't list it as the official detour, but this is what a lot of the residents will most likely take, is Square Lake to Telegraph to Long Lake. We understand that this is the only driveway into the condominium, which is right next to the culvert. It will be open at all times. The residents will always be able to get into their homes. They'll be able to come the opposite way down Woodward and use this crossover to get into their homes. And we also plan to build a temporary crossover for the Roper School so they can get in and turn around and then go back south when leaving. And that's what I have.
So you're proposing a single lane for while you do the prep work?
It would be 2 to 3 lanes open
Okay.
in each direction.
And how long would that be for?
It would be about a month at the end of 2026. And then from April to the